Hello, welcome to some OET Reading Part B guided practice. In this lesson, we're going to be doing a quick recap of the OET Reading Part B. If you're already familiar with it, you can just skip that part. I've time-stamped it for you. We're then going to do some guided practice. So we'll go over a couple of examples together. I'll show you some great strategies. You'll then get the chance to practice by yourself, and of course we'll have a look at the answers together. Welcome back for those of you returning, and hello to our new viewers. My name's Sona and I'm your online OET tutor with Bose Learning. I'm a premium preparation provider of the OET, and it's so nice to have you here to upgrade your OET with us. Okay, so let's start with the recap then. So as I say, if you know this, then just skip forward, that's absolutely fine. But if you don't, or if you just want a quick reminder, here it is. Reading Part B is made up of 6 short texts. They're all workplace texts, the kind of things you would read when there's no patient around. It might be a manual, a guide, a set of instructions, an email update. You'll be given a question with 3 multiple choice answer options. You've got to read and choose the best one. The question might come in the form of a sentence stem, where the options complete the sentence, or it might actually be a question in itself. And just remember that Part B is combined with Part C, and you're going to get 45 minutes in total for B and C. So I recommend you spend no longer than 12 minutes on Part B, 2 minutes per text if you can. You can push that up to 15 if you really need to, but you need at least half an hour on Part C. So try and get Part B done as quickly as you can. Okay, let's go over some guided practice then. So we'll take a look at some examples. I'll then talk you through how I would find them, and then after that you'll get the chance to practice by yourselves. Okay, so the first thing I would do when I get the text is have a look at the topic, so I get an idea about what I'm reading. So here we have a set of guidelines for migraine assessment, and this is for the assessment of 12 to 17-year-olds, so children in other words, young people. After I've read what the topic is, I then go to the question. The guidelines establish that the healthcare professionals consider. So we need something that the healthcare professionals consider. So using this particular set of assessment criteria guidelines, so consider, there's a possibility for healthcare professionals to use this, or they consider reporting evidence of bullying. So this is very different. So we've got using a set of criteria to assess, reporting bullying or home abuse to the authorities, or requesting a headache diary to monitor the young person's condition. So I've got to read this and understand what can healthcare professionals consider. So I have a look through, how can I assess a young person with migraine, carry out a thorough examination as described by the topic on healthcare assessment. So how should I do it? I have to carry this out. So I can't just consider doing this, I have to do it. It's definitely not that. Report evidence of bullying. So I can just look quickly, see if I can find anything about bullying. Here we go. Include questions relevant to young people. So questions such as amount of time missed from school, possible attacks, suspected triggers, for example, bullying or home abuse, problems at home. Is there anything about reporting it to the authorities? Not that I can see. What about requesting a headache diary? So again, I just scan quickly for diary. Here it is. A headache diary for a minimum of 8 weeks can be helpful in diagnosis. Here we go, can be. So healthcare professionals can consider requesting. It can be helpful. So my answer is C, which is the correct one, because it's definitely not A, even though they mention it. It's not something that healthcare professionals consider, it's something they have to do. Again, There's nothing about reporting it, although that's sensible, of course. There's nothing here written about it. It's the fact that they can request it. It can be helpful in diagnosis. So the answer is C. Let's try another one together. Again, I start by looking at what the topic is. In this case, it's antimicrobial dressings, and this is some guidance details. Okay. The advice indicates. So again, what is this telling me? What is this advice asking me to do? We've got our options, that medical grade honey, so I'm going to be looking for honey, can only be used in specific instances. So this is about only. The choice of dressing depends on the wound, okay? Or this drug here, chlorhexidine impregnated tool dressing should not be used in cases of hypersensitivity. So I've got honey, only specific cases. Choice of dressing depends on the wound, and this particular dressing should not be used. So I scan for all of these things. So honey is the first one. Let's have a look. Can I find honey anywhere? Where is honey? So just have a look through it. Remember, you're not reading from left to right. You're just letting your eye wander. And I found it here. Medical grade honey has antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties. Does it say it can only be used in specific instances? Not really. Let me go back and check. The amount of exudate present and the level of infection should be taken into account. Medical grade honey has these properties. It doesn't say anything about when or when I can't use them particularly. Let's have a look at dressings. Impregnated iodine, no, I don't want that. Silver, no, I don't want that. Dressings containing no, I'm looking for this one here. Although hypersensitivity is unlikely, so no, it should not be used. It's not what it's saying. It just says that the efficacy has not been established. So it's not this one. It's not this one. So I think overall what they're trying to say is that the choice depends on the type of wound present. So take into account local wound infection, topical dressing can be used. So they're giving me various options and I just need to decide the type of wound and then choose the dressing accordingly. So I've eliminated A, I've eliminated C, therefore the answer is B. Okay, one more together and then you'll get a chance to do 3 by yourself. This time we've got an email to all staff and it's a draft quality standard on indoor air quality. Okay, the purpose of the email is so again I want to know, why has this been written? What do I have to do after reading it? If you want more information about how to tackle the reading, then take a look at my Udemy course. I'll put a discount code in there at the bottom for you in the info box, so just check that out and you can have a look in more detail at how to answer these kinds of questions. So purpose is to inform staff that this initiative has been paused. So has this initiative been stopped? Invite staff or patients who have these conditions to make inquiries about their housing, or to request staff to ask all patients about their housing. So has it been stopped? Do I need to ask patients with these conditions about their housing, or do I need to ask all my patients about housing? Let's check it out then. So it's quite small, I probably have to read it all. Help shape our quality standard on indoor air quality. Having paused during the pandemic, development of the quality standard has restarted. So it's not A. And the timelines have been updated. The standard covers residential buildings, nursing care. The draft standard sets out that professionals should ask people with respiratory conditions or cardiovascular conditions who have repeated or worsening respiratory about their housing. Okay, so I need to ask these people, not everyone, just people with these conditions. So one more time, it is answer B. And all you do is you shape that in. Okay, over to you now. Have a go at 3 more, see how you do. Okay, how did you go? It's option A, to provide improvements guidance. These statements are designed to help local service providers identify areas for improvement. It's nothing about criticising these centres, and it's not asking them not to update their knowledge. It's to provide improvements guidance on for healthcare centres. Primary healthcare, of course, local, the first port of call for a patient to go to. The next one coming up. And the answer is B. Sharps disposal unit should be removed when 3/4 full or monthly, whichever is earlier. It's definitely not about it being attached to a wall. That's possible, it's not a requirement, and we shouldn't fully close the sharps units. They should be temporarily closed. Okay, last one for you. Okay, and then the answer here is A. It's suitable for care and support workers working in social care settings, so not hospital-based care. It's not for theatre staff, but it's also suitable for the general public for a wider audience. So it's option A. That's the end. Thank you for watching and listening. If you've got any questions, feel free to get in touch. As I say, if you want to know more about our on-demand courses, then take a look at the info box below. I've got some discount codes in there for you. If you like this, please share this with a friend or a colleague. By the way, we've got loads more videos, especially on reading, for you to watch, and lots more on the OET, over 150 in fact. So take a look and study something else with us. All right, see you next time. Bye bye.